Alright guys, to start off this recipe here, we have our sausage patties. We basically are going to add 4 sausage patties to our pan. We're going to make 2 sandwiches out of these. These are the sausage patties that we got from Walmart. They're basically fully cooked, ready to go, brown and served type sausage patties. All you have to do is basically just brown them up or heat them through and you're ready to eat them. You can put these up in the microwave. You can, put these in the microwave over a platter, over a napkin over them, and heat them up for about a minute and a half. But I like to do it over in the pan. You get a nice, better crisp on it. Basically heated these up for about 2 minutes per side. We also threw in some of our homies, whole jalapeno in there to add to the sandwich. But just cook this for about 2 minutes per side, and once you get basically browned up, you're good to go. And now once the sausages were finished, we got some of the oil from the sausage, so some of the flavor from that. We also added some additional olive oil. Added in about 6 eggs to that and scrambled those up. Went ahead and seasoned those up just basically with some salt and pepper. And not all of these eggs are going to go in the sandwiches. Basically just going to use about maybe 2.5 eggs. The rest of them, we made some additional eggs to feed to the kids and just basically save as leftovers. But scramble those eggs up for about 2 minutes, just enough to get all the liquid out of them, and you're good to go over medium-high heat. Here we are building our sandwiches. We put down 2 of the sausage patties as our base layer. Again, that's going to be our sandwich, so we're basically using the sausage patties as our bread. We put down some eggs over top of that, and then we put down some cheddar cheese. We could have added the cheese to the eggs, or you could also use sliced cheese, but I just went ahead and used the shredded cheese and just placed it over top of it. Then we put down some Roma tomato slices, and then some of our homies, the jalapenos. I only put that on one of the sandwiches, but then we topped it off with the other sausage patty, which again is doubling as our buns. Here is a final product of how our sandwich looked. Sausage patty, egg, tomato, jalapenos, and the top layer sausage patties. You know what? I should have added some jelly to this. I think that would have been good as well. Some sugar-free jelly. I think that might have been what was missing from the sandwich. The sandwich is good though. No complaints here. You can definitely take this along with you as a walking meal, something on the go. You can wrap it in foil paper or some cellophane and be good to go and just take it with you. Here we are doing a taste test of the sandwich, close-up of the sandwich. I messed up on the filming. I thought that I was filming, but I wasn't. Was just basically taking some pictures. So I wasn't able to post that because it was just randomness. But here we are doing a taste test. The sandwich came out great. Tasted some of the jalapenos. Using the sausage patties as a bun worked great. All the regular flavors of a breakfast: egg, sausage, tomatoes, jalapenos. Good to go. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Any other meals you'd like us to try or go at, or any other sandwich you'd like us to make. So again, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make a Hennessy cinnamon roll cocktail. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe here, we have our glass that we're going to use to make our drink. We have our Raiders glass here. We're watching the AFC NFC championship games today, so we've got to rep our team even though they're not playing in the game today. We have some Hennessy. We added in 3 shots of Hennessy to the drink, and we have this Tirani brown sugar cinnamon syrup that we found in the stores. I wanted to try that out today, so we went ahead and added about 1.5 tablespoons of that to the drink, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we went ahead and filled the glass up with some ice and used another glass to top it off to shake this up. Yeah, my wife, again, she threw away my shaker strainer combo cup thing, so you gotta do what you gotta do to make this. My friend here, I got two friends with me. My friends Carlos and Milton, and Carlos is a bartender, so I let him take the honors of going ahead and shaking this up and straining this into the 3 glasses here, since he's a professional, semi-professional, or basically knows how to do that. So went ahead and strained the cocktail into all 3 of the glasses for our drinks. After we had that strained in, we went ahead and added in some seltzer water. I'm using a black cherry seltzer water flavor, but it doesn't matter what flavor that you use. You can use a plain regular seltzer water or a flavored one. I had a lime and black cherry flavor. I just basically wanted the carbonation out of it, but the drink will definitely overpower the flavor of that, so it doesn't really matter which flavor that you use for that. Then we topped the drink off with some ice, and from there we were good to go. This is a final product of our drink. Simple recipe, basically just Hennessy, vanilla extract, the sugar-free syrup, and topped it off with the seltzer water. Now, again, don't worry about which flavor seltzer water you have. You pretty much just want the bubbles out of it. But this drink came out very nice. The Hennessy, you know what Hennessy tastes like. So Hennessy has its own natural flavors to it. But the vanilla extract and the brown sugar cinnamon sugar-free syrup definitely brought out some additional flavors from the Hennessy and made this drink very nice and sweet. It definitely tastes like a cinnamon roll to me. So I would definitely call this a cinnamon roll cocktail because the flavors were just very nice and sweet. Here we are with my friends Milton and Carlos doing a taste test of it and basically saying how good it tastes. Not going to play the audio of this because I don't think I can play the audio of the additional information from that on YouTube. But this drink came out very nice. If anyone would like to try this, I definitely suggest that you do so. If anyone has any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make jalapeno burgers. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have our vegetables here. We have a yellow onion, some of our homies, 2 jalapenos, and also 2 serrano peppers, and 2 cloves of garlic. We went ahead and chopped up all of these vegetables and sat them to the side. Now we have our hamburger meat. This was about 2 3/4 pounds of almost 3 pounds of hamburger meat. We went ahead and added that to a bowl and then added our vegetables to it. And season that with some kosher salt, a bunch of black pepper, and some chili powder. Then we also chopped up some mini sweet peppers and added that to our mix as well. Then we went ahead and now it's time to get our hands dirty and mixed up all of the hamburger meat and incorporated the seasonings and the vegetables all throughout the meat. Now we're forming our burgers. We were able to get about 11 burgers out of this. So these burgers basically were about a 1/4 pound each before cooking. Some of the peppers and onions fell off of the burgers, so we were basically just pressing them in and smashing them just get them compacted inside the burger. We took out our large skillet here and added in, on the first round, we were able to get about 7 burgers into the pan. And we seasoned that, topped it off with some additional crushed red pepper flakes for some additional heat. We seared this hard on the first half for about 2 to 3 minutes. Basically just try to get a good sear on it for enough for the burgers to keep their shape, because they were kind of falling apart a bit. They were a little bit loose. So we wanted to get a good sear on them before we flipped them or touched them so that they'll hold their shape and wouldn't break apart. We went ahead and cooked those for an additional 2 to 3 minutes on the other half. Once they were done, we went ahead and removed them from the pan. We made sure that we got and scraped out all of those bits and pieces of vegetables that fell off, all of the all of the jalapenos and onions, basically those flavor bombs. Make sure we got that out of the pan to save those. And put in the rest of the remaining 4 burgers into the pan. Same process, cooked them for about 2 to 3 minutes on the first half, enough for them to hold their shape, and flipped them and finished them off. This was some 80-20 hamburger meat, so quite a bit of grease came off of those, but we went ahead and topped those off with some provolone cheese, put a lid on it to dome it, to steam them. Opened them up and got a nice little facial of steam. And then once the cheese is melted, remove those burgers from the pan as well. This is how all of our burgers looked after we finished cooking them, adding the provolone cheese to all of them. You can see the pile of little bits of jalapenos that we saved at the top. And to make our burger, we now have some of the 0 carb keto friendly bread that we found at Lidl. We added in some olive oil mayo to the bread and added some yellow mustard. I like mustard, so I added on both slices. Added some baby spinach, as well as some Roma tomato slices. We placed our burger onto the bread and topped that off with some sugar-free ketchup. I know some people that do not like ketchup, or some people who don't like mayo or mustard. So this is just a guide. This is how I made my burger. Go ahead and feel free to add or remove any toppings that you like. We went ahead and took a knife and sliced our burger in half. And this is how our burger looked. We basically just cut it in half and added on some serrano peppers to the side. And this burger came out very nice. Using the bread again, missing the bread for a while now, I have it back, so I've been using it for quite a few things. You can definitely use this as a lettuce wrap. You can use cheese. You can use a multitude of different things that you want to use instead of bread. This will definitely be considered dirty keto or lazy keto. But this burger came out very nice. Having the jalapenos all throughout basically added a bunch of flavor to it. It wasn't overpowering or anything because the heat of it cooked out a bit while cooking it. Here we are doing a taste test. This is our first run at it, first take, close up of the meat. Took a big bite of it, and I didn't use this clip because I had a large glob of mayo and mustard on the side of my mouth that didn't realize was there the whole time. So went ahead and just cut that, and here's our second take. As you can see, the burger's gone. I knocked it out. Wasn't nothing left of remaining of it. But here's our second take. Another process, just took a large bite of it. Also chomped on some of the serrano peppers on the side. But again, this burger was very nice. The jalapenos all throughout it was great. Mini peppers and onions, seasoned well with the salt and pepper to bring out the natural flavors of the meat. And using the bread, came out great. I got this recipe from a friend, Mandrell, who we affectionately call Country because he's from the country and he tells everybody that. But he makes a turkey burger like this with mini sweet peppers and a bunch of other ingredients in it. And they just fall apart a lot on the grill, so I had to show them how to basically help them keep their shape. But this is just a homage to the burger he makes with my version. We're just adding jalapenos to it because I like the heat. But this came out very good. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to finish knocking out this burger. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
To the Cooking with Thatown2. Today we're gonna make jalapeno burgers. Let's get it. First we're gonna add jalapenos and burgers. Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make a vegetable medley with chicken and sausage. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have all of the ingredients that we're going to need to chop up. We have our homies, some jalapenos, a yellow onion, tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, zucchini, squash, some mini peppers, as well as some smoked sausages. These are two different types of smoked sausage. That's why they're different shapes, but they're both smoked sausages. So I was out of one and had 2 packs, so just pulled out some more that we need for the dish. Now for our saute pan, we have some olive oil added in over medium-high heat, and we're basically going to add in the meat and vegetables going to take the longest to cook. We started off with the smoked sausages and cooked those for about 2 minutes, and then added in our zucchini and squash and started to mix all that up in together just to basically brown all these ingredients. We want to try to help them to keep their shape as much as possible. So we sauteed this up for about additional 1 to 2 minutes. Then we went ahead and started to season up the dish. We season this very basic. We just season this with some kosher salt, black pepper, and some Italian seasoning. And again, just mixing and browning all this up. Once we got some nice color on our sausage and zucchini and squash, we went ahead and added in our yellow onion, as well as our mini sweet peppers. And again, mixing and combining. At this point, I kind of messed up. I was filming when I wasn't filming. I was hitting play and stop at the same time and missed a few pieces, but here I added in some epis. That is, again, the seasoning base is basically olive oil, garlic, and green onions, all pureed in the blender. So we added that in and mixed that in all together. Here also is some chicken breast that we cooked. It's just basically a boneless, skinless chicken breast that we cooked with olive oil and seasoned with some salt and pepper only. We rough chopped that up and added to the dish. And then we also added in our chopped Roma tomatoes, as well as our jalapenos. We added in the Roma tomatoes at the end because I wanted those to also keep their shape and not turn to mush or anything. And then we also added in our jalapenos at the end. That only because my wife doesn't like the heat again that much, so I didn't want to have the jalapenos overpower the dish with the heat element of it, and so I just added those at the end. But if you want the heat in there, just go ahead and put those at the beginning so they can flavor throughout the whole dish. Next, once that was all cooked, all the vegetables, we added in a handful of kale and spinach, and just popped the lid over top of the dish for those to wilt down enough. And once they wilted about a minute or so, we went ahead and stirred it all up and mixed everything together. And our vegetable medley dish was complete. Now, this was a very quick 1-pot meal and came together very quickly. To plate this, we took just some more kale and chopped spinach and just added that to the bowl as a base layer. And then ladled on about 2 to 3 spoonfuls of our vegetable medley with our chicken and smoked sausage. And this is our final product of the dish. This dish came out very well. I really liked it a lot. The mixture of the fresh spinach and kale at the bottom of the dish, as well as the ones that was cooked and intertwined with the vegetables, that brought a nice contrast of flavors for that and texture. And cooking the zucchini and squash, even though we cooked them the longest, we rough chopped them big enough so that they helped keep their shape and held their own on there, as well as the tomatoes. We didn't cook those long enough to go through. So plating this up, we just topped it off with some sour cream and some cheddar cheese. And I really like this dish. The peppers and onions, those great combination, those always work well. Jalapenos, they did their job adding the spice to the dish, and the cooked chicken and sausage added their different meat flavors to it. All the flavors of this just blended well all together. Great. Here we are doing a taste test. I still don't know how to eat on camera, so I just focus on what I'm doing, eating. And but this came out very well. Eating this, reminded me of kind of like a soup or a stew, just without the broth due to all the hearty vegetables that we added in and the large chunks of meat. But this could also remind you of like a stir fry, like just a vegetable stir fry without the rice or noodles added to it, just using the spinach as our base layer. And I really, I can't say this enough, I really enjoy this dish. If anyone has any questions or comments, or any other different vegetables that they'd like to add to this, any other root vegetables or anything, please let us know in the comment section below. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some coconut coffee. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have our thermal mug here. This is a 20-ounce mug. And so to start off, we are adding in some coconut oil, about a tablespoon of coconut oil. To that, we're going to equal that out with also a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, as well as a tablespoon of almond milk. Then we're going to add in 2 packets of stevia, sugar substitute. And then we also have this sugar-free coconut syrup. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of that to it. Then go ahead and pour in your coffee. Again, this is a 20-ounce mug, so this is about 2 cups of coffee, maybe 2.5 cups. No, about 2 cups. Just go ahead and brew your coffee however you like. Keurig machine, stovetop, coffee maker, however you like, cold press. Now we went in and poured that hot coffee in, and then that allowed our coconut oil to melt on its own. That took about 3.5 minutes to melt. I just let it sit and cool while I was doing that. Then we went ahead and stirred in all our ingredients together. Don't worry, oil and water don't mix, so the coconut oil, it will stay on top of your coffee. It'll separate, but it'll basically come back together. The only downside of it is that it will just stay just sitting right there on top. So when you drink it, it'll basically just coat your lips and mouth until you finish that portion of it. But while you're drinking it, you'll get most of the coffee, but your lips will be very glossy from the oil, from the coconut. You have your own lip gloss or chapstick that you have on it. This recipe came out very nice. I really like the coconut flavor with that. The coconut syrup wasn't overpowering, or the coconut oil wasn't overpowering either. And this nice sweetness to that, it tasted great. Here we are doing a taste test of it. Definitely approved of this one. Like I said, I'm still trying to get into drinking coffee, and this recipe really worked well. I like this one a lot, along with the peanut butter and jelly one that we made. I guess I just like the sweet flavors of it. This would do great if you're doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. Having all that fat in this, the coconut oil, as well as the heavy whipping cream, will definitely get you through keeping you full from all that fat until you can break your fast and get your meal of the day in. It would also help you out with any other, just getting you through drinking that until you're ready for your next meal. This is great. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some kale, eggs, and sausage. Let's get it. right, guys, to start off this recipe here, we have 2 pans. I'm going to be doing some dual action cooking again. We put in some olive oil into both pans. Just a little bit of olive oil to the pan on the left because we added in our smoked sausages to that. Just didn't want them to stick to the pan or anything. To the pan on the right, we put in some chopped onions, some mini sweet peppers, and some of our homies, diced up some jalapenos and added that to it. Just went ahead and sauteed up the veggies over medium-high heat for about a good 45 seconds to soften those up. We also seasoned that up with some salt and pepper. And then we went ahead and added in a couple of handfuls of chopped kale to that. We just wanted to saute that up a bit just for them to wilt down and wilt down enough to mix in with the vegetables so that we can add in our eggs. We flipped over our smoked sausages to start cooking the back half of those. To the vegetables, we put in some heavy whipping cream, and then we cracked in 4 large eggs to our vegetables. And just went ahead and started to scramble those eggs up. We cooked both of these over about a medium-high heat. Scrambled the eggs up for about a good 2.5 minutes. Just wanted to make sure those were cooked all the way through with all the vegetables that we had in the pan. Then we topped that off with some mozzarella cheese. And went ahead and flipped over the sausage again to make sure the sausage was fully cooked. And just folded the eggs over themselves. Once the cheese was melted to that, we just pulled that off of the heat. Went ahead and plated that up. Here is our plate that we have. We have our eggs with all of our vegetables, the chopped onions, mini bell peppers, and jalapenos. And then we also just took our smoked sausage and just cut that up into 4 bite-sized pieces. Here is a close-up of the eggs. These eggs were really cheesy, and cheese pull here on the egg mixture. And you can see all of the vegetables all throughout the eggs. Bright colors in that from the mini peppers and the jalapenos as well as the kale. Adding the spinach to the egg mixture brought out a different flavor profile than we normally have. Normally when we cook this, we make this with spinach as opposed to the kale. And spinach doesn't have really that much of a taste to it when you saute it up. As long as you don't cook it fully all the way through to where it's like really stringy and mushy, you really don't really taste the spinach aspect of it. Kale is a little bit different. Kale also doesn't have that much of a taste to it, but the stems and you can really taste it because of the stems on it are very hearty, so you still keep that crunch with the kale. Also, the kale brings a bit of like a peppery taste to it once you cook it and heat it up. So that played along with the jalapenos and the rest of the seasonings that we added to that. Here we are doing a taste test of the eggs and the sausages. Really like this meal. Just a different twist to the normal eggs and sausage mixture that we normally have. Again, another cheese pull. This is really cheese. I didn't realize how much cheese I added into it, but that didn't really affect me at all. I'll definitely be doing this again. Using, if we have kale available normally than we have spinach do, just not a problem with adding that to the meal. If anyone has any comments or questions about this recipe, please feel free to add them to the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Back towners. Today we're going to make a brandy milk punch. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe here, we have 2 cups. One of them is our blender cup. The second one is just a regular soda glass. We're going to be making make this drink 2 different ways. One shaken by hand, the other one in a blender. I couldn't find my blender cup. I was looking around all for it. Well, not my blender cup. I was looking around for my metal strainer and couldn't find it. Asked my wife where it was at, and she told me that she ended up throwing it away. So that handles that one. But to start out this recipe, we basically added in 2 ounces of brandy and 6 ounces of almond milk and some ice. We started to shake it up, and I realized that I didn't add some additional ingredients to it. So I went ahead and also added in some vanilla extract as well as some caramel syrup here, sugar-free syrup. And then we went ahead and shook that up. If you don't have any syrup, you can also definitely use powdered sugar or granulated sugar. The granulated sugar may make it a little more grittier, but powdered sugar will work well. After shaking up the one that was going to be hand shaken, we went ahead and put the second cup with the blender into our blender and mixed that up for about 30 seconds. Once it was well combined, we took it off the blender. Here we are pouring in our drinks into the cup. This one on the left is the one that we put into the blender. You can see that's pouring in very nice, creamy, frothy, and that's perfect amount size for this glass. A little bit of spillage right there along the side, but it filled up perfectly to the brim. The second cup here, this is the cup that we shook by hand. As soon as I started to pour in, I saw the ice cubes flowing out, and I was like, I forgot. For one, I realized that I wasn't using the blender cup with a strainer on it, so I forgot to strain it out. But I was going to add ice to it anyway, so I just left it in there. I'm not a bartender. But we topped it off with some nutmeg, and that was it. This is a very quick, simple recipe. Just very few ingredients. Just brandy, almond milk. If you're not doing keto or anything like that, you can just use regular milk and your sweetener. And this came through very nice. The one that was shaken by hand was a little thinner than the one that we put in the blender, just well because of the ice that was mixed up into it. But it was nice and frothy. It came out nice. Here we are doing the taste test. I have both cups in my hand. My wife was asking me, "Why are you holding both cups?" And I was like, "Cause I'm gonna taste both of them." So why are you cheering yourself? I was like, "Cause I'm gonna drink both of them." But the first one was the one that was in the blender again. That was a little bit thicker, frothier, but they both had a great taste. It all depends on how you're going to be drinking. If you have a blender capable, you can use that, but if not, shaking it with a strainer or by hand works perfectly well. Definitely try this out. This is a brandy milk punch. I originally was thinking this was called like a brandy separated. I remember some drink that I had with called a brandy separated, which is basically brandy and milk, but I couldn't find anything with that title on it. I may be wrong, but looking up what the ingredients were and the title, this is what name came to me. So if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching. Okay. All right, guys, this is our weekly grocery haul. I just went to the grocery store and picked up I would say a few, but it's a lot of items. Got my son here shading. Starting off, I guess we'll just go, right to left.
Just maybe we're gonna cook yummy shrimp.
That's not shrimp, that's crab.
I mean, we're gonna make some yummy crab.
All right. So here we have some bananas and some apples for my kids for their snacks for the week.
We have some kale.
Okay. We're gonna go the way he wants to go. Here we have some yellow onions.
But these look yummy because they're yummy and soft like that.
They look yummy? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we have 2 heads of cauliflower. We're basically gonna grind this up and make cauliflower rice out of this most likely. Here we have a large Napa cabbage.
Are you doing cooking with the town two talking?
Talking? Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking to the towners. Yeah.
That way.
You really want this crab, huh? You keep picking this crab up, right? So you want some crab?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we have some frozen snow crab, as well as some jumbo shrimp.
But we have some jumbo raw shrimp because it's so yummy.
Jumbo raw shrimp, correct. Here we have some mini peppers.
But these raw shrimp are jumbo.
Yes, it says jumbo right there. That's correct. Here we have a huge bag of some of our homies. We'll put these to good use.
And we have a huge bag of squash.
Yes, you are correct. That is squash. We also have some zucchini.
And also we have all this kale.
Correct. We have a lot of kale. You want to do this, buddy? You want to do this? All right, tell me what's next. What else do we have?
Because we also have some large peppers that are spicy.
These aren't really that spicy. These aren't spicy. These are spicy. They look similar. They're just red, yellow, and orange, but these aren't spicy.
But some carrot. What is that?
That is some cilantro.
But now we have some cilantro because
Cilantro,
they look like
green
flowers because they smell good.
Looks like flour. It does smell good. You're correct about that. Hey, you eat? Okay. We gotta clean that off, but you like that? It's good. You gotta rinse the dirt off of it, but you can eat it. You gonna put it back? Baby arugula.
Also, we have some rice.
Some kale greens.
Also, we have some yummy cheese.
Yes, some mozzarella cheese, as well as some eggs. No, leave it. No, I don't want you to drop them. I want you to drop them. Leave them right there. And we have a huge bag of spinach.
Wow, that's a lot of spinach that we were talking from the camera.
And here. Hold on, buddy.
And also we have
All right,
yummy tomatoes.
okay, yeah. Sorry, yes. We have a large bag of Roma tomatoes. We have some peeled garlic. For the meat, we have some ribeye steaks.
That one looks like an apple.
Yeah, it does look like an apple. We have a family pack of bone-in chicken thighs, some hamburger meat, as well as some smoked sausages. And we also have some carne asada, chopped steak, basically, used for fajitas or tacos or whatever. And I believe...
and there's also actually that.
What does that say? Right here. What does it say right here?
Yeah, we have some beef because it's.
What else does it say? What all does it say? Oh, hey. Okay, that's enough. Why are you poking holes? Man, come on, man. Why are you poking holes in the wrapper? Okay. All right. So yeah, that's everything, I believe. Didn't go as smoothly as I wanted to, but little man wanted to help out. So hey. All right, and that's it. You gonna say bye?
Bye.
All right, Towners, we're out. Welcome back, Towners. Today we're gonna make a pork tenderloin with a jalapeno, cilantro, lime, marinade / dipping sauce. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we started out with our blender cup. We went ahead and took a whole bunch of cilantro, cleaned it up, washed it off, got all the dirt off of it, and smashed that into the bottom of the blender cup. Then we took out a couple of our homies and chopped that up and placed them into our blender cup. And then we added in some vinegar as well as some whole garlic and the juice of 2 limes. And then we added in some kosher salt. We went in and put the lid on top of it, but then we quickly remembered that we did not add any olive oil to it. So we added some olive oil to it. Then we placed the blender cap back on it and then started to mix all this together. All of the cilantro that we smashed into it really wasn't getting blended up, so took it off and gave it a quick shake. And then placed it back on, and then everything was able to combine well. This is what our cilantro, lime, jalapeno marinade mixture looked like after we took it out of the blender. Now here we have our pork tenderloin. This was about a 4.5 pound pork tenderloin. We went ahead and took it out of the bag, cleaned it up, cleaned all the juice and everything that was in the bag off of it, and cut it in half. And then we placed that into a large gallon size plastic bag, Ziploc bag. And we went ahead and poured half of the marinade over top of the pork tenderloin. From there, we went in and just closed the bag up and just tried to massage it and rub the marinade all over as much of the pork tenderloin that we could. And basically put the lid back on top of it, close it up, and put it into the refrigerator for about 2 hours. Before I put it in the refrigerator, I went ahead and cleaned off the cutting board and also used some soap and water and cleaned off the bag, because I did literally just rub the juice all over the bag. So clean that off, wash that up, to put it into the refrigerator for about 2 hours. We were ready to put that on the grill, but when I started up the grill and everything, came back outside and realized that it cut off on us.
All right, guys. Well, you see, I tried to start the gas grill up. It started and heated up to about 400 degrees, and I went in the house to go get the meat and everything and bring everything outside. But when I came back outside to check it, it had dropped back down to 200, and I realized it's out of propane. So I can run to Walmart and get another propane tank and fill it back up, and because Walmart's right down the street. But by the time I go there and come back and get everything back heated up and everything, it'll be dark, because it's already 4:30 right now, and it gets dark at like 5:15 or so. I also could put it on the charcoal grill, but it also will take a bit of time to heat that up and get everything going. And it's cold; it's like 30 degrees outside, which normally isn't a problem, but I just prepped to get it on there and get it done real quick. So getting on the grill is out of the question today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pop it in the oven and do it that way. All right, guys.
So we're back in the house now. We went ahead and got out our cast iron skillet, put down some olive oil, and just went ahead and placed our pork tenderloin, both pieces of the pork tenderloin, into our cast iron skillet over some high heat. We went ahead and additionally seasoned that with some chili powder and black pepper on both sides, and basically browned up all sides of the pork tenderloin. We basically tried to sear that for about 2 minutes on each side to get a good sear on all sides of the pork tenderloin. After we got a good sear on it, we went ahead and took it off of the heat and put it on a lined baking sheet with some aluminum foil underneath it for easy cleanup. Went ahead and popped that in the oven at 400 degrees. We also put in an instant probe thermometer into it. We then went ahead and put some additional oil into the pan and put down 2 T-bone steaks that we had. I don't know if you could tell when we were outside, but there were 2 bags that when we were outside. This was what was in the second bag. Basically, I had 2 additional T-bone steaks in the refrigerator that was getting close to the point of basically me have to use it or freeze it. So I had the additional marinade, so I just went ahead and poured 1/4 of the remaining marinade over top of it, and marinated that at the same amount of time that we marinated the pork tenderloin. And we went ahead and just seasoned this up with some additional salt and pepper. Now here, I was trying to looking at this flap right here. It was making it seem as if the meat had like folded over, and I had basically didn't put it down flat, and had it like a little piece that was not getting cooked at the right time. I kept looking at it, but it ended up being that, I guess the way the butcher cut it, he accidentally cut right down the middle of it as if he was trying to make another cut from it. But I was just messing around with that, but it was perfectly fine. But after we flipped it over, we went ahead and seasoned the other side with some salt and pepper as well, and then put some butter on top of that. Once the butter melted and the other side was completed, went ahead and flipped it back over again. We basically did on each side for about 5 minutes per side, and then we went ahead and took that off of the heat once it was completed. Now this is how our T-bone steaks ended up looking after they came off of the grill. I'm sorry, off of the cast iron skillet. Came out looking nice. Nice char on it. Got a little bit of a brown mark on one side of it. Basically, I was trying to get a nice sear on both sides of it. I kind of went a little bit too long. I think I maybe should have did about 4 minutes as opposed to 5, but it came out great. A little bit past medium well, but it's good enough for me. I normally do medium well. We've got a nice char on both sides of it. The marinade penetrated very nice on the meat, and additional salt and pepper just brought out some more extra flavor of it. Now this picture here is one that I found on the internet, and that's what I was trying to mimic here. I tried to mimic that picture and just cut up the T-bones. I was like, that's a pretty cool picture, so I tried to cut it up that way. I did an okay job, but I think if I wouldn't have cut off that piece for the taste test, it would have looked a little bit better. And here's this T-bone just completely off, but it kind of looks a little like operational-ish, but hey, I tried to do something different. Now here is our pork tenderloin after it came out of the oven. We cooked that until it hit a temperature of 145 degrees internal, and then removed it from the oven. This is how it looked after it came out. It has nice color on it on all sides from grilling it. I'm sorry, I keep saying grilling it. We were trying to grill it, but we didn't. Nice color on it from all sides from the browning that we did in the cast iron skillet before we put it in the oven. And the little greenish tint that you see there, that's basically the marinade that didn't, well, it penetrated the meat very well. It's just, you can still see some of that color on it from the cilantro, all the cilantro that we added to it. Now here we are, cutting it up. I should have probably sliced this on either the cutting rack, the baking rack that it was on, and I also probably should have used a serrated knife, because it was basically just sliding all over the plate that we were using. I probably also should have used some tongs, or not some tongs, but like a carbon forker. But hey, we're using what we got here. But this came out very nice as well. You can see the marinade from the outside kind of coming through on some of the cut marks. The marinade did nice job penetrating the meat. You can see it's still nice and juicy here. The flavors were nice. The jalapenos added a bit of a kick. It mellowed itself out, so it's not overpowering or a lot of heat on that. My wife couldn't tell the difference in that really. The cilantro added a nice flavor to it, and the lime juice helped to soften up and tenderize the meat while it was marinating. This came out very nice. I definitely saved some of this marinade because I used the marinade as a dipping sauce as well. Here we are just doing a little taste test for it, taking it off of the slices that we had. You can see the fork going through it very easy. This is very soft, very juicy, and I really like this. Want to try some different recipes and things with the pork tenderloin. We basically plated this up with some of the pieces of the T-bone steak, some of the pork tenderloin, pour some dipping sauce over top of it as the marinade as a dipping sauce, because nothing was in it that couldn't be cooked or used raw. And if you guys like this recipe, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always,
please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to try out the TikTok tortilla trick. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off, we have our bowl here. We added in some heavy whipping cream to that, and then we went ahead and cracked in 4 eggs to that. We then took a fork and mixed all that together and went over to our stove to start cooking this up. We have 2 pans here. On the left, we basically added in some salami to that, and on the right, we put on some olive oil and then poured in our eggs to that. We seasoned our eggs with some salt and pepper, and then just went ahead and mixed all that up to start scrambling those eggs. We also finished cooking the salami and just mixing it up, flipping it over, making sure it doesn't brown too much, but just basically cooks very quickly in about a minute or so for the salami. And now we have our tortilla here. This is a carb counter tortilla. It's basically 4 grams of net carbs per tortilla. For the keto people out there, this would definitely be dirty keto, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. We took our tortilla and placed it onto the stovetop and put over some cheese to that to go ahead and melt that cheese down. Once the cheese is melted, we went ahead and put that back onto the cutting board and started to build our tortilla. We put down some sour cream as well as some spinach over top of that. Then we put down our salami, top that off with some jalapenos, some of our homies, and then put down some eggs in the top corner. We also topped that off with some salsa. Now it's time to build or make the tortilla. We basically took the top flap and just folded it over itself and just continued to fold it over each corner to roll the tortilla up, and it basically forms a little wrap. Putting the eggs in the top corner, you see they kind of fell out and some of the salt was coming out of it as well. So we made it on our second one. We just basically put this into the microwave to melt the cheese so tortilla is a lot more pliable. We put down some spinach over top of the cheese, put down our eggs in the bottom corner this time, added our sour cream, added our salami, and then put down our salsa. We also topped off the eggs with some of our homies. Now, folding this one was a lot easier. The tortilla was a lot more pliable, easier to fold. And you see, we just basically fold everything over each other and press everything down and wrap it up. Putting the salsa on the top corner again this time, you see it kind of oozing out the bottom of the tortilla. To resolve that, I could have swapped spots and just put that at the bottom again, or either over top of the eggs or somewhere, so that way it'll be towards the bottom of the fold where it'll be covered by the additional layers and it won't ooze out. Another option that you can do is you can also just put it back on the stovetop and just seal it with the heat from the tortilla, or you can also put a little cheese down right along that edge and just seal it that way. I've had that done before, and that's very good and tasty. But these came out very nice. I saw this on TikTok. It was basically the TikTok tortilla trend or tortilla trick, and a lot of people were making different types of tortillas with different ingredients, different things in it. So I wanted to try it out. I was making breakfast. I was like, hey, I have all that. I can try it out, and it worked really well. I would definitely, out of the two, I would probably say that the one that I crushed up tasted better than the one I put in the microwave. Probably just more for the crunch and more texture to it. But they both came out great. It's basically like a walking quesadilla. The way it's folded over, nothing will come out, nothing will fall out. And it's a lot quicker, I guess. Well, it's quick and easy to make. You just got to cook all the ingredients. But with the people that made theirs with lunch meat and things like that, you can make those in seconds. So I'll definitely try this again with some different ingredients, different things, and see what else we can add to that. But it definitely works. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make a buffalo chicken pizza. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe here, we have a bowl. To that we added in some mozzarella cheese to that. Pop that in the microwave for about a minute for the cheese to melt. Then we added in our softened cream cheese. If your cream cheese is straight out the fridge, go ahead and throw that in the microwave with the cheese. To that we added in some almond flour, some psyllium husk, and some baking powder. We then took our spoon and went ahead and tried to mix this up. Realized that we didn't add our egg to it. So we added the egg to the mixture and then continued to try to mix that up. Realized that the spoon wasn't doing any justice for that, so put that to the side and just started to work with our hands to mix this up and to form into a dough ball. Once it formed into a ball, we set that to a side and pulled out our cast iron skillet. This was a large 15-ounce skillet, so the piece is pretty wide on this. If you have a 12-inch skillet, you'll basically be able to probably get it to form crust around the edge. But we added some parchment paper to that and sprayed it with some cooking spray. And then we started to work out and try to form the dough with our hands. I could have left this on the cutting board with the parchment paper and basically rolled it out, but I just decided to press it out. They both did the same job for that. Then we pulled out some of our homies, chopped up some jalapenos and put those over half of the pizza and basically just pressed that into the dough to basically make a jalapeno crust. Then we popped that in the oven at 400 degrees and let that cook for about 10 minutes. While that's in the oven, we pulled out some chicken tenders. These are some leftover chicken tenders that we made from the honey mustard chicken tender video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put that in a link above. Also, I'll put that in the description box for this video. But we took the chicken tenders and cut them up and then pulled out a bowl, added in some butter and some hot sauce. And then we popped that into the microwave along with some garlic powder and onion powder, just enough for the butter to melt. That's about 45 seconds or so. Once the butter melted, we then placed in the chicken tenders into the buffalo sauce and mixed that up to coat the chicken tenders. Once the pizza came out of the oven, we went ahead and put down a baking sheet over the cutting board. So that way the cutting board didn't burn like the last time where we placed the cutting board directly on the cutting board and it basically burned the pan. But we took out the chicken and placed that over the top of the crust. This is basically going to be our base layer. I realized that I needed some more chicken tenders, so I basically cut up about 2 or 3 more tenders and sauced those up and added that to the pizza crust also. I didn't have any red onions, but I did have a yellow onion, so I cut up a yellow onion, placed that over top of the buffalo chicken, and then topped that off with some cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. And then pulled out some of our homies again and some sliced jalapenos and put those over top of the half of the pizza that I claimed for myself. And then topped that off with some additional cheese so that way it wouldn't burn. I only put the jalapenos on half of the pizza because my wife doesn't care for the heat aspect of it, so I got to get it in somehow, some way. Put that back in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, and this is how our pizza came out of the oven. Once it came out of the oven, we topped it off with some ranch dressing. You can definitely use blue cheese at this point. My wife doesn't like blue cheese, so compromise and put some ranch dressing on it. And then heated up some additional buffalo sauce and basically just poured that over top. I tried to continue with the circle pattern that I'd made over top of it, but I realized that it was basically just spreading out everywhere, so I just went and just dumped it all over top. And lastly, on the pizza, we basically just made it rain with some green onions or scallions, however you want to call it. At this point, our buffalo chicken pizza jalapeno crust is complete. This is how the pizza came out looking. We went ahead and cut this up into 8 slices. You can do this how you want. You can do 16 slices, or you can cut it into squares or Brooklyn style, however you want to do that. But this pizza came out very nice. Went ahead and took 2 slices of it to plate it up. This is the side that has the jalapeno crust on it. And I really like this pizza. This crust on this one was pretty much one of the best crusts that I've had. At first, I would say the coconut flour pizza was one of the best crusts, and then the almond flour one a close second. But adding the jalapeno into this crust basically put this one over the top for me. Also, having the crust a little bit thicker. I didn't make the crust as thin as I normally do on the other pizzas, and that definitely helped with the thickness of this one to basically hold up and keep its shape. Here we are doing a bit of a taste test on it, and I mean, I really like this one. Again, the jalapenos in the crust as well on top of the pizza, that brought the spice for me that I like on it. I didn't have to use any crushed red pepper flakes or anything on it. The chicken tenders were great, had a nice flavor on those as well. The onions, cheese, everything just meshed together well. And, you know, didn't have any additional. I could add some more toppings like tomatoes or something else on it, but wanted to just keep it simple with the buffalo chicken tenders flavors that we had going on. And I definitely like this. I plan on doing the jalapeno crust again. I'll probably do it on a coconut flour pizza just to try that one out to see if that one brings that one as the top of the list for me. But definitely try this. Go ahead and just mix some different ingredients into your crust to change the flavors on that. But if you guys like this recipe, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions or comments. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to be making a cauliflower rice breakfast crumble. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have 2 pans here. We're going to be doing some dual action cooking here. We added in some olive oil to both of our pans, heated them up over a medium-high heat. And to the pan on the left, we went ahead and added in some cauliflower rice to that. I personally didn't have any cauliflower rice to start off this recipe, but I did have some bags of frozen cauliflower florets. So I just went ahead and took the cauliflower florets and put them into the blender and pulsed them up in batches to break down the cauliflower. Using the blender, you may not get all small, perfect, uniform pieces. Some of them may be larger or smaller than the others because it did turn some of it to a dust powder at the bottom, but it's perfectly fine. If you have a food processor, you can definitely use that and it'll break everything down up into uniform pieces. But if you have cauliflower rice, just go ahead and use that and you won't have to worry about any of that. But just heads up, if you don't have any cauliflower rice, just use the blender to shred up as frozen, or just use your cheese grater and you can use that to break down the cauliflower also. But to the pan on the right, we went ahead and added in a pound of hamburger meat and basically broke that up into crumbles. We seasoned that with some salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And once everything was browned up, we went ahead and transferred the cauliflower rice over to the pan with the hamburger meat. That basically took about 5 minutes to do that. I just wanted to get some nice color on the cauliflower rice and to soften that up. I could have did this all in one pan, but I just felt like doing it in two to speed up the cooking time. Just took a lot longer cooking one thing, taking it out, putting the next thing in, taking it out, and just transferring everything all together. But so once the cauliflower rice and hamburger meat is all mixed together and browned up, to the pan we added in some olive oil and some heavy whipping cream, and then we added in 3 eggs to that and scrambled up those eggs. We seasoned that up with some salt and pepper, and once those eggs were scrambled, we went ahead and combined that to our hamburger meat and cauliflower mixture as well. Once everything was all combined into one pan, we went ahead and added our last few ingredients. We added in some handfuls of baby spinach as well as some mozzarella cheese, and went ahead and mixed all that together. Once we got our spinach leaves mixed up and wilted, then it gave it a taste test. I felt like it needed some additional pepper to that, so added that to it. Go ahead and season it and taste it as you like. If you need some more salt and pepper or onion powder, go ahead and do that at a time. But once everything is all mixed together and got a nice good crust on the bottom of that pan, we went ahead and transferred that over to a bowl, and we're good to go at this point. Here is our final product of our breakfast crumble. Everything came out nice on this dish. Cauliflower, hamburger meat, spinach, eggs, cheese, everything mixed together well. We went ahead and topped that off with some of our homies. Chopped up some jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, and put those over top. If you like, you can definitely go ahead and chop the jalapenos up, or if you want some additional spice to it, you can chop the jalapenos up and cook that through with the hamburger meat or with the cauliflower rice while it's cooking. Or you can just use some crushed red pepper flakes to it. I feel like sometimes I like the jalapenos fresh, or sometimes I feel like they're not as hot or not as spicy once I brown them up. But sometimes, just to me personally, just cooking them, it to me dulls the flavor of the heat. Sometimes I just want all that heat on it. But here we are, just giving it a taste test of it. You see we got a nice little cheese pool there from the cheese that we added to it. This mixture worked well together. You can use whatever type of meat that you like. If you don't want hamburger meat, you can definitely try it with ground turkey or cooked chicken breast, ground sausage, or even breakfast sausage. I think breakfast sausage would work well also on this. But I'll definitely be making this dish again. Trying out different veggies to also add to it, to the breakfast scramble. This dish also kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever had like a breakfast bowl where they have like the grits on the bottom of the bowl, and then you top that off with like a sausage patty or a chopped up sausage patty, and then put the scrambled eggs on top, and then top that off with cheese, and basically just mix everything all together. That's kind of what this dish definitely reminds me of, but we're just using cauliflower rice as the base for that. But if anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're making some fried Brussels sprouts with Parmesan cheese. Let's get it. All right, guys, to start off this recipe, here we have a bag of Brussels sprouts. These Brussels sprouts are already cleaned up and cut in half. If you have whole Brussels sprouts, those will work also. But we went ahead and heated up our oil, some peanut oil, to 375 degrees. And then we just dropped our Brussels sprouts into the oil. Don't walk away from them because these cook very quickly. These were done in about 2.5, 3 minutes, very fast. As you can see, once we pop the lid, they're nice, brown, crispy. Went ahead and took them out of the oil and let them drain as much oil as possible. Once the oil is drained out of it, we went ahead and put it into a large bowl and hit it immediately with some kosher salt, some black pepper, as well as some Parmesan cheese. Then we just went ahead and tossed them to get the seasonings to coat all around the Brussels sprouts. And that's it, guys. You're done. You're good to go. Went ahead and plated them up in a large bowl just to see everything all together. And as you can see, they look crispy and burnt, but they're not. The Brussels sprouts the leaves have a lot of layers on them, like cabbage leaves or like lettuce. And you peel each one back and it just gets deeper and deeper into it. So the crispiness only lasts for the outer layers. But the outer layers that are crispy that you can pull off are the ones that may have fell off in the fryer while cooking. Keep those because those kind of remind me of kale chips. If you've ever had kale chips, you basically take some kale leaves and hit them with a little bit of oil and salt and pepper and put them in the oven, and they'll come out very crispy. Here you can see basically opening one up, pulling it back, and you can see the inside of it is nice and creamy and soft. But these came out very nice. This is a lot. I know we fried a lot of stuff these last couple of days, pretty much ever since Christmas. We did the fried turkey, fried ham, fried chicken tenders, and then these Brussels sprouts. We also did some chicken wings that I didn't post. We had a little bit of a mishap with the chicken wings. I didn't do a full video because after the mishap, I just kind of stopped recording. But if you guys want to see that video up until that point, just let me know in the comments. I'll probably just post that just to do it if you guys want to see it or not. But here you can see the inside of the Brussels sprouts, nice and creamy. It kind of reminds me of like a thick cut French fry, how the outside is very thick and crispy, but the inside is nice and creamy. Yeah, we did that with these Brussels sprouts. Basically, as we pretty much filmed these as soon as the chicken tenders video was done. After we finished frying the chicken tenders, the oil was still hot, so we just went ahead and dropped these Brussels sprouts in there real quick to use those up. And this is a very nice and quick recipe. Just hit it very quickly with some salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese, and that was it. I think these also, you know what, I probably should have added some, that would have been good if I'd added some jalapenos to this also. Salt, pepper, Brussels sprouts with some fried jalapenos mix it with two. Very quick fry, about 2 or 3 minutes. These can also be cooked in the oven if you like. Just same process, just roast them in the oven. It will take a little bit longer. But let me know if you guys like this recipe. Leave me a message or notification if you have any questions in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some honey mustard fried chicken tenders. Let's get it.
Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we're going to make our breading. We start off with some Parmesan cheese and some almond flour. And I got a whisk. I finally got a whisk. I found them on sale. It's very big. I guess I do need one of those smaller ones also, but I got a whisk, y'all. So we're going to whisk up the almond flour and Parmesan cheese to get out all the lumps and clumps from this mixture. And then we're going to set that bowl off to the side. And now we have a second bowl here, and we're going to quickly dump in our chicken tenders into this bowl. This was a large family pack of chicken tenders, about 2.5 pounds, that I went ahead and cleaned up and put into the bowl. We're going to add in some G. Hughes honey mustard dipping sauce to that. We're basically going to use that as our binder. We're not going to add any egg or anything to it, just the honey mustard sauce. And then we're going to add in some kosher salt, some black pepper, and some Cooking with Thatown2 spicy seasoning. And after you add in the seasonings and everything to it, just go ahead and get your hands dirty and mix all of these seasonings together. Now this mixture is well, I got this recipe from G Rich, which is another YouTuber who cooks, and he made some mustard fried chicken. Like what made me originally click on the video was he had a very, very large stainless steel bowl. I was like, man, where do you get that huge bowl from? But I really like his cooking and his methods and everything, so just wanted to make my version of this healthy, keto friendly, low carb meal. But you're going to slowly take all of the chicken tenders and add them into the bowl, into the flour. I use a two-hand method, one hand getting it dirty with the honey mustard chicken, and then the other hand just breading the chicken tenders to it. Once you get them all coated, put them in a tin, and then go ahead and let your oil heat up. And now we're going to add all of our tenders into the electric fryer and add them into the oil. Before I put them in, I did dunk the tin basket into the oil just to coat it like greasing a pan, and then put all the tenders in, and then slowly dunk them all into the fryer. I had about a total of about 19 chicken tenders total in this that we had from that package. Now once all of the tenders were added in, go ahead and close the lid out. They're only going to take about 8 minutes to cook, 7 to 8 minutes. At the halfway point, we had to pull out our homies. I had a large jalapeno pepper, and I went ahead and dropped that in. I should have put in 2, but I only did 1. And let that go for the remaining 4 minutes. And after the 7 to 8 minute time frame was done, we went ahead and pulled them out, and these things came out great. Nice crunch, very crunchy, very crispy. Here's a close-up of the chicken tender straight out of the fryer. Now, if you like, you can try. You can look at yours. If you may need to hit them with some salt, but I didn't do any of that because of the Parmesan cheese had a nice saltiness to them. So I basically let all that salt hold its own on the tenders. Here's a close-up of the jalapeno pepper that we deep fried. And then we went ahead and plated everything up. Now the tenders, they came out very nice. As you can see, nice crispiness, nice breading all on it, and it's very simple. Just the breading is just honey mustard, or you can use regular mustard, and almond flour and Parmesan cheese, an equal mixture of both. I thought that the mustard would overpower a dish or anything, but I really didn't taste the mustard at all. My wife hates mustard. She does not like it at all. When we get hamburgers or anything, she requests no mustard immediately. No mustard and a light mayo. But you don't even taste the mustard, so don't be afraid to use this. If you don't want to use eggs or anything as a binder or anything, mustard definitely works. It just helps everything stick to it. Same thing as when you're doing barbecue, when you're doing ribs, you use the mustard to get all your seasoning to coat and stick to the ribs and everything. But here we have a close-up of the chicken tenders.
Went ahead and broke one open. Nice, crispy, flaky, still juicy, not overcooked or anything. And these came out great. I would definitely be doing this breading again. And a lot of the breading didn't fall off like on some of the other things that we've cooked, like when we did the fish, fried the fish in the pan, and other or the breadcrumb, the pork rind chicken tenders that we did. How all of the breading just immediately just fell off and just collapsed all in the sauce and everything. This breading definitely held its own, so I'll definitely be doing this again. Almond flour and Parmesan cheese mixture. May try with an egg, may not, but I know mustard works well. If anyone has any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And go ahead and check out G Rich's site. He's doing great on his channel. And he has a lot of great meals, family style, cooks a lot, large meals. But thank you guys for watching and enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.
Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some lemon butter chicken. Let's get it. All right, guys, to start off this recipe, we have our skillet here. To that, we added in some olive oil as well as some unsalted butter, and we heated it up over medium-high heat. Once the butter melted, we went ahead and started to add in our chicken breasts. This is some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. This was a family pack of chicken. It came with a pack of about 6 or 7 breasts. We took out about 3 of them and took them and cut them in half to make some smaller, thinner pieces of chicken, and basically get more pieces out of it. And that gave us about 6 or 7 breasts out of that after we had cut them in half. We went ahead and seasoned our chicken. We seasoned both sides of the chicken with some kosher salt, black pepper, lemon pepper seasoning, chili powder, and some paprika. After we had seasoned both sides, and we went ahead and just finished cooking up the chicken. It took about 6 to 7 minutes to cook the chicken. We cooked it to about 85 to 90% done. Once we got to that point, we went ahead and removed that chicken from the pan. And then from there, we added in some chopped garlic as well as some additional butter. And then we added in some chicken stock to deglaze the pan. I always want to get all those bits and pieces of it. It looks burnt, that's at the bottom of the pan, but I call those like little flavor bombs, because if you were to taste that, it's just like a super compacted punch of flavor of all the seasoning that came off of the meat and just sitting at the bottom of the pan. So we're going to deglaze and scrape all that up with the chicken stock. We then added in some heavy whipping cream and mixed all that together to reduce it down. Once it's reduced down to your liking, we added in some Parmesan cheese as well as some dried thyme. Then we took a lemon and chopped it up and juiced 1 whole lemon. Once you have all those seasonings in, go ahead and mix and combine all the ingredients. In our baby spinach as well as some chopped kale.